Hey, good evening, everybody. It's Sunday. Just out here in the garage with the 036. Got the uh, got the case cleaned up here. As you can see, it looks pretty good. Um, got the gas tank cleaned up. Looks pretty good. The plastic's a little bit faded, but cleaned up all right. This thing cleaned up really nice. So I was just gonna talk about kind of my ritual when I get a saw, about how I go about cleaning it. Like for instance, anytime I have a top end that blows up on me, I kind of enjoy that if I don't have the top end like the SO36, because then you can take the cylinder and you can kind of make it a cleaning tool by plugging all the holes up, slapping it on there, and then that way you can really blow everything off and clean without worrying about getting a bunch of schmoo in the bottom end and the bearings and all that type of thing. So I have my cleaning cylinder now, is what I call it. I make these little plates that bolt up to the exhaust flange. I've got a decomp block in there. Obviously the plug I put in there. I just put a couple of little pieces of foam, like high density foam in there. That way I can just pull it out. And on the inside, I've got this little rubber ring that I put around the rod. That way if I roll the motor around, I'm not dinging the rod up, even though you'd have to try to screw it up, I think. But so yeah, I was just going to go over kind of how I clean the saws. So for, metal, aluminum, painted metal, I don't like brake clean. It eats the paint off. Especially if you got these old vintage saws and you really care about the paint. You can't use brake clean unless you just don't care. But so I use kerosene. I give everything a kerosene bath. I white fuel, whatever, like just Coleman camp fuel. Sorry, I'm using the gimbal. So I just got this drain pan and I just set it in there, and I've got all my all my cleaning brushes and all my little cleaning containers up here. And then yeah, I just use the Coleman camp fuel, kerosene basically, and that will really clean up a chainsaw, all the bar oil and all that type of goo. It'll clean it up really nice, and it won't hurt the paint. Not from what I've experienced. It hasn't hurt anything. So I really enjoy a kerosene bath on the metal stuff. Even on the plastic, I'll use kerosene because it doesn't seem to mess with it either. Just kerosene and an air compressor. Same thing like with the carb. You could use kerosene if you had to, but obviously there's no paint or anything, so that's where good old fashioned brake clean or carb cleaner works really nice. But for like the hood plastics and this type of stuff, I will just use this, and I will do a purple power bath. Basically, I'll just take God, come on, gimbal. Just take purple power, and I'll take some water. Got my 2 liter, and I'll just kind of do a pretty stout mix of purple power and water, and then that'll usually clean up hood plastics and stuff really nice without damaging anything. To each his own, but I don't like using water when I clean chainsaws. That's why I only use the purple power on plastics and stuff, because most of the time that stuff can get wet and it's not a big deal. Like the recoil, I'll actually give kerosene bath, because the same thing. I don't like the water being in the spring and stuff. The side cover, I'll probably give it a kerosene bath too, just because I know it'll make short work of it. But you could do all this probably in purple power. I know guys pressure wash saws and stuff. I'm just not into that. I don't like it. Especially you get these older vintage saws with points and condensers, and you want to wipe out a point and condenser really fast, get it wet. So that's just my philosophy. I don't like water. I avoid it at all costs. And I like kerosene. I use kerosene at the shop at work. Clean all of our machines with it because it's a pretty decent detergent, but it's also somewhat oily. It's kind of hard to explain. Not really, but it doesn't. It's like acetone. If you acetone something, you can feel it. It's like you can tell it's taking all the oils and stuff. You kerosene something, and it's kind of like you just put a nice layer of butter on. So I really like kerosene. So I was just giving an update on that. I don't really think I need to go showing me cleaning the saws. I just would like to share how I do it. And I block every orifice I can when I clean. The other nice thing about the cylinder, if you have this, here's a, vacuum pressure test right here. You could plug into the intake and check the bottom end. So that's kind of a dual purpose. I like keeping an old cylinder around if I can. And I actually cleaned this thing up just fooling around. That's straight Purple Power. And it did a really nice job. Purple Power makes me nervous just with when I used to ride quads and dirt bikes a lot. If you Purple Powered your bike on magnesium and the bare aluminum and stuff, it would pit it and oxidize it if you just did bare. So I learned that the hard way. But yeah, so 036 is coming along. Got all the parts ordered. I'm waiting on the top end. That's basically what I'm waiting on. The bottom end is solid. It feels nice. Bearings look good. Everything looks good. Cleaned up really nice. So I just need the top end. Got a new air cleaner all assembled for it. It's got the silly 2.5 thing. Luckily my local saw shop, they were cool to me, and they had it priced as a whole, and it was cheaper than I could find a half even on eBay and stuff. So comes with a new little rubber grommet, new felt, all the niceness. So got that for it. Fuel line, impulse line, just needs some cleaning. I just bought a highway top end kit, caber rings. I believe it's a pop-up. The plan is to do a bottom base gasket delete with the pop-up. See what the squish is. I actually have an OEM piston that if the squish is crazy or something, I can put that in, but I don't believe it'll be a problem. I am going to do a little port work to the highway cylinder, so I will update on that. But like I said, I'm waiting for it to come in. Got a rebuild kit for the Zama. I believe most of these 036s and 036 Pros came with Zamas. Most of them. So, got the rebuild kit for that. I think I will film me rebuilding this. I have it tore apart, obviously. But I'm going to attempt to do the Welch plug because I bought a little carburetor kit with the metering thing and the Welch plug and blah, blah, blah. So, we're going to try to do a full, legitimate carburetor rebuild, but I have this little piece of aluminum angle iron, and I just used the bottom screw. That way I can stick it in my vise when I go to hammer out the Welch plug. It won't take a lot of force, but I know it would be, it'd probably be difficult doing it by hand on the bench top, so. So yeah, look forward to a video of the card rebuild. I'm gonna try to do that after work. I'm the type, I don't have videos saved up. When I'm doing it, I film it, I post it right after I'm done filming. So this is Sunday night, Monday afternoon, this should be up. I am going to continue to do a little cleaning on the other stuff, but I think this thing looks really nice so far. Good foundation, because it looked pretty rough when I first got it, if anybody paid attention. So all right, thanks for watching all. Hope you have a good night. Hope you had a good weekend. Oh, some extra exciting news if you made it to the end of the video, which I don't think anybody ever does. Me and my wife found out last weekend we're pregnant, and we've been trying for 8 years. I wasn't supposed to be able to have children, so it's a legitimate miracle baby. So we are just absolutely elated. So got to do some more saws, more YouTubing to get the little one out here. And yeah, so thanks for watching.